Good day, everyone. I am Oliver and Silva.
And I am April Lori Tagaban from
BS and we are here to discuss about the Republic Act 11285,
which is also known as Energy Efficiency and Conservation Act. Now I am giving the floor for the discussion to Mr. Oliver Silva.
First, we will be tackling about what is RA 11285. So, they said that this act established for promoting energy efficiency, increasing renewable energy utilization, and defining responsibilities among government agencies and private entities. This state aims to institutionalize energy efficiency, the conservation of energy, how we can provide life, ensuring energy supply, stability, and protecting the environment. It promotes the development of efficient renewable energy technologies, enforces laws for a comprehensive approach, and ensures a market-driven approach. Next, Section 4, the definition of terms. First is the Certified Energy Conservation Officer, the CECO. The CECO is a professional with high experience, competence, and ethics in energy management, responsible for supervising and maintaining facilities in the Type A designated establishments for efficient energy utilization. It means that CECO is very hands-on. Hands-on siya sa responsible nila dito sa energy conservation, which is and the next one is the Certified Energy Manager, the CEM, a licensed engineer with high experience and competence in energy management, chosen by Type 2 establishments to plan, lead, manage, coordinate, monitor, and evaluate sustainable energy management implementation. It means that the licensed engineer daw na may high experiences, siya daw yung magmamanage na establishments, na siya yung magpa-plan, mag-lead, siya yung parang head of the energy conservation management. Siya yung mag-i-implement. Next is designated establishment. It refers to the energy-intensive industry identified by the Department of Energy based on annual energy consumption. The DOE adjusts consumption as necessary. So next is the distribution of utility. An electric cooperative, private corporation, government-owned utility, or local government unit with an exclusive franchise to operate a distribution system covering economic zones. So dito pumapasok yung mga utilities ng government, ng electric communities like katulad ng mga nagagawa na kapag may nasisira, dito sila pumapasok. Next is the Department of Energy. The established under Republic Act No. 7638 in 1992 was expanded by Republic Act No. 9136 in 2001, known as the Electric Power Industry Reform Act. So the next is the energy. Energy encompasses all commercially available energy sources, including natural gas, heating, fueling fuels, coal, transformed fuels, and renewable energy resources. Alam naman natin na without energy, hindi sila mag-function, di ba? Kaya, napaka-importante talaga ng energy. Energy audit. It evaluates energy consumption and costs to identify intervention measures and efficiency projects for energy savings, ranging from walkthrough to detailed audits. Energy audit. Energy auditors are certified by the DOE with proven credibility and competence to conduct energy audits with guidelines developed through stakeholder consultation. So sila yung mga nag-o-audit ng energy para mapakita yung how the guidelines developed. Next is the energy conservation. It involves minimizing uses and wastage in energy stages from production to consumption through technological, feasible, economically sound, environmentally friendly, and socially affordable measures. The Energy Consumption and Conservation Report, the ECC periodic reports submitted by designs and establishments, distribution utilities, and transmission utilities to the DOE detailing energy consumption, loss, and usage status. Dito naman pumapasok yung pagbibigay ng detail about sa energy consumption, sa pagkalos ng energy, and dun about sa other usage status. Energy efficiency refers to the way of managing and restraining the growth in energy consumption resulting in the delivery of more services for the same energy input or the same services for less energy input. Dito naman sa energy efficiencies, ito yung nag-refers daw sa pag-manage or pag-display ng energy sa kanilang lugar or kahit sa lugar. The Energy Efficiency and Conservation Office, EECO, it is a local government unit responsible for overseeing and monitoring the implementation of their local energy efficiency and conservation plan, which is the LEACP. So, nakapalaog naman dito sa EECO is ito ay isang local government unit kung saan sila yung nag-monitor ng mga energy facilities doon sa lugar ng kahit sa lugar, sa lugar nyo, sa lugar namin. Sila yung local government na responsible doon. And the next is the Energy Efficiency Conservation Officer, the EEC officer, is the head of the EECO responsible for overseeing the implementation of LEACP at the local government level. So yung EEC officer, sila naman yung officer na nagmamanage dun sa EECO. Sila yung nandun sa EECO. Sila yung part ng local government unit. The next is the energy efficiency projects. It aims to reduce energy consumption and cost by improving buildings, facilities, and equipment, ensuring cost-effective operation and maintenance, and reducing utility costs during operation and maintenance. Dito naman, ang ini-aim daw ng EEP or the Energy Efficiency Project is to reduce energy consumption, mabawasan yung pag-loss ng energy doon sa lugar. At maayos yung maintenance, maayos yung pag-monitor. Next is the Minimum Energy Performance or the MEP. It is a performance standard for commercial, industrial, transport sectors requiring energy-consuming products like appliances, lighting, and machinery to meet or exceed standards. The next is the National Energy Efficiency and Conservation Coordinating Officer, the NEECCO. It is appointed by the Department of Interior and Local Government to integrate all EECPs. The National Energy Efficiency and Conservation Database, or the NEECD, is a centralized comprehensive database that collects and analyzes data on national energy consumption, energy efficiency, and renewable energy technologies. The next is the National Energy Efficiency and Conservation Plan, the NEEC Plan, CP, rather. Dito naman pumapasok yung mga plano nila para mas ma-reduce yung paggamit ng energy. It is a comprehensive national framework for energy efficiency and conservation, involving defined targets, strategies, and regular monitoring, aligned the act and regularly reviewed by the DOE. The Philippine Qualification Framework, or the PQF, it is a national policy na nag-establish ng educational qualifications and standards, ensuring quality assurance and competency-based recognition based on knowledge, skills, and values acquired by learners and workers. Next, transport vehicle refers to land, air, or sea vehicles conveying cargo or passengers regardless of size or weight classification. Next, the specific energy consumption. It refers to the volume of energy consumed per unit, including production volume, sales amount, transportation, kilometers, floor space, and other relevant indicators. Next is the transmission utility, a private corporation or government-owned quality entity with exclusive franchise to operate a high voltage backbone or electricity conveyance. Next, the energy end users, individuals and entities who compose or consume the energy, including household, industrial, and commercial customers, power plants, distribution utilities, and transmission utilities. Next is the Philippine Energy Standards and Labeling Program, the PESLP. It mandates the manufacturers to include an energy label on their products, indicating their product's energy performance and efficiency. Next is the Energy Service Company, or the ESCO. It is a legal entity providing multi-technological services for energy efficiency projects, including energy supply, management, financing, technical, engineering, equipment, supply, installation, operation, maintenance, and also the performance of monitoring. Their goods include lighting, motors, heating, ventilation, and waste heat recovery systems. Next is the Government Energy Efficiency Projects, or the GOCCS. It involved the government department. It is stated that universities, colleges, hospitals, evaluated and approved by DOE for approval by the Interagency Energy Efficiency and Conservation Committee. Next is the Government Energy Management Program, or the GEMP. It is a government-wide initiative aimed to reducing monthly electricity and petroleum consumption through efficiency and conservation in electricity and fuel use of government vehicles. The next is the Local Energy Efficiency and Conservation Plan, or the LEECP. It is a comprehensive framework, governance structure, and programs developed by the LGU for the local energy efficiency and conservation. Next, the LGU, or the local government units, are government units established under Republic Act of number 7160, known as the Local Government Code of 1991. The Section 5, Implementing Agency. Ang nakapaloob naman po sa ating implementing agency ay Department of Energy. Marami po siyang sangay, marami din po siyang definition. So, unahin po natin is ensuring compliance with the GMP, developing a monitoring system. Siyempre, kailangan natin ng monitoring system para malaman natin yung lost energy, kung ano yung bakit nag-loss yung energy, para din maayos yung maintenance ng energy kapag nagkakaroon ng problema. Requiring manufacturers, importers, and dealers to comply with the NEP. Siyempre, kailangan natin mga manufacturers. Siyempre, kapag nagkakaroon ng problema, kailangan natin yung mga manufacturers. Developing and imposing the minimum energy performance, spearheading the creation and updating of the NECP, the enforcing energy performance ratings standards, and supporting local government units, coordinating with the National Energy Efficiency Commission, NEACCO. Siyempre, kailangan natin ng mga LGUs na makatulong sa ating pagkakaroon ng problema sa ating energy. Katulad ng sa electricity, kailangan siyempre sa electricity may energy yan. So, kapag nagka-problema sa electricity natin, kailangan natin ng mga ibang LGUs. Anong LGUs? Which is, may connection sila sa NECCO, which is the National Energy Efficiency Commission. Consulting with energy end users, providing annual reports to progress. Siyempre, kailangan natin yan para mahimay yung problem pa na nangyayari sa energy efficiency and monitoring energy. Imposing accreditation fees, reviewing classified establishments, developing a national awareness campaign. Section 6, the role of other government agencies. So, dito naman pumapasok yung role ng mga government agencies. Board of Investment. The BOI shall include energy efficiency project as defined in the Act. In the annual investment priorities plan entitled to incentives provided under Executive Order number 226. Next naman is the Climate Change Commission. the CCC. The CCC will work with DOA and other government agencies to set targets, develop strategies, and monitor greenhouse gas emission reduction from energy efficiency and conservation projects. The Commission and Audit, the COA. The COA shall recognize government energy efficiency projects as defined under this Act as good services and consultancy services consistent with the government accounting and auditing rules. Next is the CHED, the Commission on Higher Education. The CHED plans to incorporate energy management courses into existing energy curricula and promote energy efficiency rules and measures in state universities and colleges. Next is the Department of Budget and Management, or the DBM. The DBM shall give due preference to funding government energy efficiency projects as defined under this Act and incorporate energy efficiency as a factor in evaluating the annual performance of government agencies. Department of Education, it shall promote the energy efficiency and conservation practices in its curriculum. Next is the DOF, the Department of Finance. The DOF shall, in coordination with DOA and other concerned agencies, draw up appropriate mechanisms to implement the fiscal incentives under this Act. Department of Environment and Natural Resources, or the DENR. The DENR, in collaboration with the DOA and DILG, will establish the guidelines for accurately characterizing waste from energy-consuming devices, equipment, fixtures, and end-of-life vehicles, ensuring hazardous waste management. Next is the Department of Interior and Local Government, or the DILG. The DILG shall, in coordination with DOE, be responsible in ensuring compliance of LGU in implementing the provisions of the Act. Next is the DPWH, or Department of Public Works, will work together with the DOE to ensure the implement of energy conserving design guidelines in the National Building Code and related laws. Department of Science and Technology, or the DOST, in collaboration with also in the DOE, is tasked with conducting strategic research and development programs to advance and promote energy efficiency technologies. Next is the Department of Trade and Industry, or the DTI. It will mandate manufacturers, importers, and dealers to adhere the MEP and display energy labels on packaging the products. The Department of Transportation, or the DOTR. It is responsible for ensuring compliance with the Philippine Clean Air Act of 1999, ensuring vehicle owners, manufacturers, and importers adhere to the MEP and energy consumption levels, and assisting the requirement of energy in enforcing these measures. Next is the Governance Commission on GOCCS, or the GCG. The GCG shall incorporate energy efficiency as a factor in evaluating the performance of GOCCS. Next is the Government Financial Institutions, or the GFIS. GFIS will allocate sessional interest rates for energy efficiency projects attracting private sector investments. They will collaborate with the Insurance Commission to mitigate credit and performance risks associated with these investments. Insurance Commission, or the IC. The IC shall, in collaboration with the GFIS, ensure the availability of compatible warranty products that will mitigate the credit risk associated with energy efficiency, investment in small and medium-sized enterprises, and performance risks related to the energy, engineering companies, and other technology providers. The National Economic and Development Authority, or the NEDA. The NEDA shall recognize the role of energy efficiency and conservation in national development. National Competitiveness Council, or the NCC, or its successor entity. The NCC, or its successor entity shall serve as the focal point for private sector involvement in the implementation of this Act in recognition of the potential of energy survey of energy consumption of the establishment, and the conservation. And it assists the DOE in establishments of the MEACP as provided under this Act. Next naman is the TESDA, the Technical Educational and Skills Development Authority. This, in collaboration with other institutions, it will develop training regulations of energy managers and conservation officers, promote energy efficiency practices, and implement technical vocational education programs for various sections. Next naman is Section 7, the role of LGU. The LGUs shall establish their respective EECOs headed by the EEC officer as defined in Section 4 of this Act. The LGUs, through their respective EECOs in planning and development offices with assistance of the DOE and coordination with the DILG, shall develop and implement their respective LEACP and incorporate this in their local development plans. Section 8, the role of energy user. All energy user use every available energy resource efficiently and promote the development and utilization of new and alternative energy efficient technologies and systems, including that and renewable energy technologies and the system across sectors in compliance with the declared policies of this Act. Next naman is Section 9, the Interagency Energy Efficiency and Conservation Committee, or the IAEECC, is established to evaluate and approve the government energy efficiency projects and provide strategic direction for the implementation of GEMP with the DOE Secretary as chairperson and the Energy Utilization Management Bureau as secretary. Next naman is the Section 10. Ganun din siya, about siya sa IAEECC, which is responsible for conducting an annual assessment of energy cost reduction opportunities in state-owned and leased buildings and facilities. Section 11. Government agencies and local government units can finance energy efficiency projects using various laws and regulations, including the Republic Act No. 9184, Republic Act No. 6957, the Local Government Code of 1991, the 2013 NEDA Joint Venture Guidelines, the LGU Charter, and related laws and regulations. Next naman is the Section 12. It is all about the DOE and TESDA, which they established the system of certification of assessment of energy conservation officers for management and managers. The CECO certification system developed by the DOE TESDA will be based on approved scope of practice, competency standards, and a clear assessment process. Next naman is the Section 13, the certification of energy service company. The DOE should strengthen the existing ESCO certification system to develop this service sector and provide the market with a source of technical and financially capable entities that can assist in the delivery of energy efficiency-related projects. ESCOs applying for a certification must demonstrate their technical and managerial competence to design and implement energy efficiency products, including the energy audits, design engineering, providing or arranging project, financing, construction management, operations and maintenance of energy, efficient technologies, and verifying energy savings. Next is the Section 14. The DOE will develop a minimum energy performance or MEP for commercial, industrial, and transport sectors with stakeholders consultation and cost-benefit analysis. The MEP will be part of the National Energy Efficiency and Conservation Plan and will be subject to energy performance testing guidelines. Manufacturers, importers, distributors, and retailers must comply with the MEP and label products in accordance with the Act. Section 15. The Department of Energy or DOE is mandated to prescribe energy labels for all energy-consuming products, devices, and equipment. Manufacturers, importers, suppliers, distributors, and retailers must display display these labels and provide information to help consumers make informed decisions. The DOE also requires mandatory energy efficiency rating and labeling systems for identified products such as air conditions and television sets. These labels should reflect products' energy efficiency rating, monthly energy consumption, brand name, modeling, and year of issue, with the calculation method regularly updated by the DOE. The Department of Energy regularly selects energy-consuming products and their models for examination, testing, and evaluation. The DOE may require manufacturers, importers, suppliers, distributors, or retailers to provide a reasonable number of products for the examinations. The Section 17. The DOE requires chemical manufacturers, importers, and dealers to comply with fuel economy performance labeling requirements with DENR and DOTR systems. Siyempre, napaka-important din po talaga ng vehicle para sa ating mga manufacturers, importers, and dealers para mas mapadali ang trabaho nila if nagkaroon ng problema doon sa energy consumption na sa ibang lugar or pwede din sa ating lugar. The Section 18. LGUs are required to implement measures for energy efficiency and conservation in new and existing commercial and industrial buildings as per building permit issuance. So, pwede daw mag-implement ang mga LGUs na energy efficiency and conservation in different buildings. New building construction must adhere to DOS DOE or Department of Energy's guidelines on energy conservation design, BPWH guidelines, and IAPECCS GEMP, while state-owned facilities must follow the IAPECCS guidelines. The building retrofits must adhere to DOS guidelines on energy conserving design, the BPWH guidelines, and IAPECCS GMP, while state-owned and these facilities must follow IAPECCS guidelines. They should follow the IAPECCS guidelines kapag sila ay mag-implement ng energy efficiency and conservation. Next is the Section 19, designated establishment. Designated establishments shall initially be classified as follows. Type 1 are those with an annual energy consumption of 500,000 kilowatt-hours to 4 million kilowatt-hours for the previous year. Type 2. Designated establishments are those with an annual energy consumption of more than 4 million kilowatt-hours for the previous year. Section 20. The obligation of designated establishments must integrate an energy management system policy, set up programs for energy efficiency, and set annual targets for energy conservation projects. They must maintain records of energy consumption, submit an annual energy conservation report to the DOE, conduct energy audits every 3 years, and also employ a central energy coordinator for type 1 establishments and notify the DOE of their appointments or separation within 10 working days. So, next, Section 21 will be discussing by April Gloria Tagalan.
Section 21. What is Section 21? According to Section 21, these are the responsibilities of the Certified Energy Conservation Officer and Certified Energy Manager. Their responsibilities are manage the energy consumption of facilities, equipment, and devices. First is to then administer the following: implementation and improvement of energy efficiency measures, conduct of regular energy audit, energy monitoring and control, and last, with annual energy consumption of at least 100 kilowatt-hour, 100,000 kilowatt-hour, but less than 500,000 kilowatt-hour in the previous year must submit an annual report to the Department of Energy and integrate an energy management system policy based on ISO 5001 with periodic review and adjustment. Section 23. The DOE can inspect, evaluate, and verify energy monitoring records at designated establishments. Sabi dito, yung DOE ay may karapatan o authorized na sila yung mag-check ng mga establishments, energy consumption ng mga establishments. Another is identifying areas for efficiency improvement and complying with the compliance requirements. DOE din ang dapat mag-check if may kailangan pang i-improve at kailangan ayusin or kung nakakasunod ba sa requirements yung isang establishment na ito. Section 24 in Chapter 7, Demand Side Management. Sabi, the DOE with the Energy Regulatory Commission and Philippine Economic Zone Authority will implement a demand side management. So what is demand side management? This is a program for the electric power industry to reduce energy consumption and improve efficiency in fixed infrastructure utilization. Section 25. Energy efficiency projects. This should be certified by the DOE. Will be included in BOI, Bureau of, what is BOI? BOI's annual investment priorities plan for 10 years. Receiving incentives under Executive Order number 226, the Omnibus Investment Code of 1987, and applicable laws. After this period, the 5-year period, they may be reviewed and extended. Section 26. Energy efficiency projects are eligible for non-fiscal incentives, including awards for innovation and technical from the government agencies for the development and promotion of energy efficiency. Section 26 is for non-fiscal incentives. Section 27. This one should be Section 27. I'm sorry. GFIs and the other financial institutions shall, in accordance with and to the extent allowed by enabling provisions of their respective charters or applicable laws, provide concessional financial packages for the development, utilization, and commercialization of renewable energy and energy efficiency projects as duly recommended and endorsed by the Department of Energy. Section 28 of Chapter 9, Miscellaneous Provision. The DENR, DOE, and DILG will create guidelines for waste management from energy-consuming devices, equipment, fixtures, and end-of-life vehicles. These guidelines will include containment features and hazardous waste management measures in line with Republic Act No. 6969. A waste management collection, recycling, and disposal strategy will be developed, including waste recovery and recycle of the components, and submitted to the National Solid Waste Management Commission. So Section 29. The Energy Utilization Management Bureau, under Department of E, has been recognized into several divisions. These have Alternative Fuels and Energy Technology Division, which will focus on developing policies and programs for sustainable energy use. The Energy Efficiency and Conservation Program Management and Technology Promotion Division will evaluate energy efficiency and conservation technologies while promoting energy efficiency and develop public awareness regarding the sustainable energy and renewable energy use. The Energy Efficiency and Conservation Public Sector Management certified electric willfully refusing to appoint or designate a CEO or CEM. Next, willfully refusing to submit to an on-site inspection as indicated in Section 23 of this Act. Section 23 is about yung pag-inspect ng DOE. Then, failing or willfully refusing to submit any reports required herein. Diba sabi kanina sa section 22 is to-check nila, as section 23, sila yung DOE yung mag-check ng mga requirements. And one of the requirements is to submit a report. And according to section 30, kapag hindi ka nakapag-submit ng report, which is the required reports about the consumption of energy, you could be pwede kang pasuhan. Failing to comply with the issued orders of the DOE in the discharge of its enforcement powers. And lastly, violating any provision of the IRR codes and guidelines issued in accordance with this Act. So, if ma-violate mo itong mga prohibited acts na to, yung DOE din, yung pwedeng magsampa ng kaso sa'yo. So, next, Section 31. The Department of Energy can impose fines and penalties for violations of Section 30 of the Act. This includes requiring explanation, providing recommendation, disclosing an establishment name, and issuing an order failure to comply. Failure to comply with the order is a valid ground for fines and penalties as per Section 32 of the Act. So this one is the Section 32 about the fines and penalties. Sabi, the DOE can impose fines and penalties for violating the Act in Section 30. This could range from 10,000 to 1 million without prejudice to existing regulations or criminal liability as stated in the Act. So Section 33 is for criminal liability. The responsible officers and employees of any establishment or organization who willfully commits any prohibited acts under Section 30 upon conviction suffer penalty of imprisonment of 1 year to 5 years or a fine ranging from 100,000 to 100 million, or twice of the amount of the cost avoided for non-compliance, whichever is higher or both, upon the discretion of the court. Section 34, the appropriations. Such sums as may be necessary for the successful implementation of this Act shall be taken from the current appropriations of the Department of Energy. Thereafter, the amount needed for its continuous implementation shall be included in the Annual General Appropriations Act. Section 35, the Implementing Rules and Regulations, or the IRR. The DOE shall, in consultation with concerned government agencies and entities, LGUs, commercial, industrial, and transport sectors, and other relevant stakeholders, promulgate the IRR within 6 months from the effectivity of this Act. Section 36, Codes of Guidelines. The DOE, or the Department of Energy, shall, in accordance with the provision of this Act, develop all codes and guidelines mentioned herein within 6 months from the promulgation of this Act's IRR. Section 37, Congressional Oversight. Upon the effectivity of this Act, the Joint Congressional Power Commission created under Section 62 of Republic Act No. 9136, otherwise known as the Electric Power Industry Reform Act of 2001, shall This action takes effect 15 days after its publication